Hello.
How are you? Oh my God, how am I doing? Well, I had a crazy morning.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why you're already on your second drink and we just sat down.
This is my second one, and
Tell me.
I think I'm just getting started. And here's the crazy thing. So I had the craziest morning, and I just want like 2 minutes, and I could never tell a story quick.
So 2 hours.
Long story long.
Okay.
So what you don't know about me is I am a stickler for being on time. I am always like 20 minutes early. And
I'm a stickler for being late.
Crazy. So anyway, I just flew in from Denver last night, and I'm like all ready. I was like, doing my homework. I had all my stuff together. So my boyfriend's with me, and it feels so weird to say boyfriend out loud.
Adorable.
Boyfriend. Like, what is that? Boyfriend.
It's cute.
Okay, so my boyfriend is with me. He is a musician. So he set up a studio session. And he's like, okay, great. While you're doing your podcast, I'll go and, do a studio session. He does he does a mixture of like reggae and like hard style, which is basically kind of like electronic music, electronic dance music.
Yeah.
He's from Amsterdam, by the way. So it's a whole thing. Dreadlocks down to the floor. Anyway, we'll get to him later. So I was like, okay, great. I have to be at pod at 2:30. We'll drop you off at the studio. And then I go there. So we call the Uber. And it literally said his studio was like 10 minutes away.
Okay.
So we get in the car and it says 20 minutes away. So I'm already freaking out because now I'm like, I cannot be late for technically, in my mind, is my second day of work at my new job. And he's like, babe, calm down, calm down. I was like, no. So we're like looking at the place. So when you're in an Uber, well, first of all, our Uber did not speak a lick of English.
Okay.
And I have questions about that because I'm not saying you have to be completely know English, like 100%, but I think you should know like basic stuff. Like, hey, are we here now?
So none of that.
Nothing. He just kept going. And I was like, oh my God. And then my boyfriend, which I cannot stop saying boyfriend now, he's Dutch. So when he gets frustrated, he starts speaking Dutch. So now I got the Uber driver's not speaking English. My man is not speaking English.
Do you know what he spoke? Could you have
he was getting frustrated because I was like, oh my God. Because it kept saying we were here. It kept saying we were at the destination.
Right.
But we couldn't see where it was. I'm like, but it's saying we're here and I have to go.
But you couldn't Google Translate?
I could not figure it out. And then he just kept saying, I'll just get out. You're stressing me out. I'll just get out. And I was like, you can't just get out. Like, you don't even know where you are. This is like your second time in LA. Like, you can't get out. I can be maybe a little bit late. And he kept wanting to get out. And he kept telling me, why are you so stressed out? And every time he said, why are you so stressed out? All it made me want to do was like, I literally wanted to put him in a headlock.
Yeah.
And be like, stop asking me why I'm so stressed out.
Calm down. It's like, I'm going to.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You want to see calm? I'm going
to. Long story long, he finally, I let him out on Sunset somewhere. I hope he found the place.
You're not sure if he's alive.
I broke up with my Uber driver because he couldn't speak English. And I kept trying to
so then how did you get here?
So I got out. I just was like, I don't even know if he realizes that I was upset, but I got out and I kept trying to call a new one, but because he was right there, it kept giving me him again. Oh, no. I was like, I don't want him. I'm trying to leave him. And then finally I was like, can you take me out of the system and pull off so a new person will come? But it was awful. So I was like 30 minutes late, but
you're fine. I don't care. You called. I loved it.
And you had a drink waiting for me. So.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
And hopefully my boyfriend didn't break up with me.
We'll find out soon.
He's somewhere on West Sunset. Right
we
now.
hope so.
Hi, I'm Cynthia.
I'm Crystal. This is Humble Brag.
Humble Brag.
Humble Brag.
Oh, I have tea.
Once a housewife.
Always a housewife. Can we say that again for the people in the back?
Humble Brag.
Humble Brag. Brag with us.
I hope he's safe wherever you are. But I'm chronically late. And it's a thing. Yeah.
You don't look like a late person.
But I'm I'm always like 5 to 15 late. I'm never like 30 late, but I tend to be, it's not good. But I don't love being if I host a party, I don't want someone at my house on time. Like if I'm having, I have people coming over.
Good to know.
By the way, I have people coming over at 5:00 today, which will still be here.
Okay.
But I just texted they know I'm running late. They're going to be late. It doesn't really matter. But if you walk, I see people coming up my driveway at 4:59. I'm like, you're so rude because I'm not ready. But there is different sort of environments to be on time and late. Like if you're at a restaurant, 5-10 minutes is fine for me.
Right.
I don't mind.
But just not your house. That's rude.
If I'm calling dinner for 6, I'm expected to come at 6:20. Are you like 6 o'clock? You're like walking up.
5:59. I get on. I'm on time. Like
I know, but like,
and it's rude actually to be too early though.
yes, it is because I'm not ready. I'm still like in my pajamas. Like I'm like
Not
I'm
in your
dressed.
pajamas.
I am like we told you I like to be really casual, like really casual. So I'll do like makeup or whatever I need to do. Food's like almost ready. And then I rush upstairs. Like if the party's at 6, I go upstairs at 6 to put my clothes on.
I can't. So what time? So if you invite me to your house at 6, because I plan on coming
You
to your
have to
house a
come-
lot.
yes.
What time do you actually want me to show up?
Like 6:20.
Okay, 6:20.
Yeah. Not before 6:15.
Okay, got it.
But also past 6:30 is rude.
Oh my God. Okay, so
There's a window.
like, but
So
okay,
15 to 20 minutes.
but the wiggle room is very tight. So if I come before 6:20, I'm rude. But if I
6:15,
come
6:15.
no, okay, if I come before 6:15, I'm being rude.
Yes, you're rude.
And if I come after 6:20, then I'm being rude.
Then you're rude.
Okay, these are the Crystal rules.
So you have a 5-minute window of being polite. And everything else is rude. So like,
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I people host and you understand. It's like, sometimes it's like, you're just not quite there. You know, that's frustrating when people come up. And then it's like, I have to like, oh, like, can I get you a drink? And I'm like, I want everything to be ready. And then when I offer you a drink, when I welcome you into my home, I'm fully ready to go. And I feel like a great hostess. But if I'm like scrambling, it's like so stressful for me. So I think just give a little buffer.
A buffer. Okay, a buffer.
Just a little buffer.
All right, so good to know if you guys are ever invited to Crystal's.
Yeah.
And it says
So your
7
Uber
o'clock.
driver is a friend
Please
of mine.
don't show up at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. And the
Show
Uber
up at
driver
7:15.
to
Not
20.
7:20.
To 20.
Oh, 2:20. But not after 20.
That's right.
Because now you're being rude.
So I loved your Uber driver. I hope he's my personal driver one day.
I know he was a very nice man. And shout out to all the Uber drivers. I mean, he was really cool. He just couldn't. We couldn't communicate.
You were not communicating.
And I'm big on communication, especially if I'm trying to get from point A to point B. Like
That's
he
right.
just did not know what I was saying.
That's right.
And then my boyfriend was like, you know, then he went on a Dutch rant and we couldn't find his place. And I was like, nobody's speaking English. And I'm late. I couldn't take it. So, but you know what? He actually sent me a text. So he is
He's
okay.
alive. Okay, good.
And he just sent me a picture of a keyboard. So that means he is actually in the studio making music.
All right, so he's safe.
Yes.
Okay.
And hopefully we're still together.
Now that we've like launched this insanity that we're doing, there's a lot of chatter online already.
Okay.
It's a lot of chatter.
You know we shouldn't read the comments, but
I was told
course.
from day one from everybody, don't read comments. I read
why
all
do
of
they tell
it.
us that? Because all it does is make us read the damn comments.
I know. I just can't help it. I mean, like some of the girls on Beverly Hills don't read any of them. They really don't.
How did it?
They just don't. They don't care. They're not into it. They don't do social. They don't care at all. And
They just post, get in, get out.
get in, get out. And I'm like, wow, like I wish I could do
God
that.
bless them.
And every time I'd be sad, they're like, why? Like, there's like, why are you reading it? I was like, I cannot help it. I don't, it's just, I'm a masochist. I'm like, I just like want to torture myself.
Where's that one comment where they're coming for me?
Yeah.
And
like,
it's always the one, it's like you could get 100 million,
And you don't
like
you don't
saying
see
that
any
they
of it.
love you. And then the one person's like, why are you even alive?
Yeah.
Why are you even here?
Yeah.
You're like,
but it was
laser
weird.
focus.
That's right. But it was weird to like be like low key the last few months. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm like,
you haven't been low key, Crystal.
I have
You're just not on the show anymore. Like we still see everything on your Instagram. You've been outside in these streets doing the most.
Okay, fine. Well,
low
I'm a
key,
busy.
and like you have a party at like when we leave here. You're always doing a lot. Like please do not ever describe yourself as low key because you're actually not.
I feel like I'm I don't know. I feel
You're
like
like hang out with Too Short. Like you're always doing everything. Stop it. You're not
I
low
actually was
key.
gonna ask if you wanted to go see Too Short.
Go see him where at a concert.
Yeah, at a show. And then like hang out.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Like my hype song is "Blow the Whistle."
Whose is it?
I mean, right?
Whose is it?
We should bring him on the We should bring him on the pod.
I will. I'm gonna
And make him perform that. Or we can perform it with him, whatever. Like,
like
I
backup
want,
singers.
yes.
You know, when I went to his last concert, he brought me up on stage,
I saw, bitch.
and it was like very fun. I'm such a Too Short fan.
Listen.
Like 112, Blackstreet. I love like early 2000s, late 90s.
No, you
hip
seem
hop.
very much in your element.
I am. I'm
Which
very,
is so like, I
I'm
would
chill.
never think you were like,
Into
you
hip-hop?
know, let's go and
Yeah.
listen to rap music. And
That's-
where's Too Short?
that's my life. That is who I am. I feel like it's an Asian Valley kid thing that like, if you were born in the 80s, like you're up in the 90s, like we love hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop is like all, and it's so funny because Max and I, my son, who's 12, he loves like Kendrick. He loves like
Obsessed.
obsessed. Yes. And it's so funny. So he plays his music
Right.
And he loves like Future. He's like,
Yep.
and then I will play
ATL,
Yeah.
Future. Shout out to the
I'll
ATL.
play my music. And he's like, Mom, but I've been playing like Nate Dogg.
I love Nate Dogg.
Yeah, like really
What's the
good
one
music.
with him and Warren G? Regulators is like one
The
of my
best songs.
favorites. Absolutely.
Mount Up.
You know what I love? I think you're actually more hood than I am. Like, I think you are. Even though you live in Bel Air. But anyway.
Yes, and I wear like sparkles and whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just the music. Like,
I
it's
love
the
it.
music. But I love everything to like, remember like 80, like Black 808, 702. Like, I love all of that music.
Okay, I don't even know
What?
it is. Okay.
Like R&B, like
yes.
SWV.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
that whole world.
Absolutely.
Like,
yes.
but I would say my favorite group is 112.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you a story, and this is BTS.
You were in a
of the show.
112 video?
No, this is BTS of the show.
Oh, shit.
So, last season we filmed the white party at SoFi.
We did.
That was my hookup.
What?
And we were going to film my 40th birthday.
That was a good party.
Yeah,
And that's a good hookup.
But then it got handed to not me.
Okay.
It was going to be my 40th birthday party.
Okay,
But I
you
think
can do your 50th.
Yeah, right. But I think they thought, obviously SoFi was so big and massive, so they let it be the finale, and it wasn't which is fine, whatever. You move on, you just give up things.
Yeah.
But I had Boys to Men coming. For real.
Listen.
I had Boys to Men.
Okay.
For my 40th birthday party to film.
That's crazy.
And then all of a sudden I get a call like, oh, SoFi can't do that date. I was like, that's not true because I'm so far my people. And then all of a sudden I hear like, oh, we're doing the finale there. I was like, oh, that's how we go? Like, okay. But so I was going to have Boys to Men on the show.
Can you still do a party with them? Like somewhere? Because I love Boys to Men. Like,
who doesn't? Do you believe that?
Like, can we spin the block on that? Like, can you do something else with SoFi? Because that
I
was a
want to
good
try
party.
something. Yeah.
Like they owe you a bomb party.
Yes.
So
it's not SoFi did an amazing party for the
No,
finale.
it was great.
But
It was great. I was there. It was good.
Love them. But I actually originally started with the 112. I wanted 112 my number one.
Okay, can you just do a concert? Can you just do an old
Yes.
school R&B
Yes,
concert
yes,
at this
yes,
point,
yes,
Crystal?
So I love hip hop. Like, it's my life. But I also love pop. So I also grew up in the era of like Britney and Christina and that whole era. But I also like listen to like the Carpenters and like I like all music.
Yes.
I would say don't listen too much country. I don't really
Okay.
know country well.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of classical, but if I'm in my car and like I have a long drive, it's hip hop for sure. So anyways, that's my
love that.
Yeah.
You know, you're so unassuming. And like, I feel like I know you, but like, as we go on and on till you get to know each other, I realize
Peel
like,
the
I
onion.
am just peeling off the first layer. Like, you are lit.
I love it. I love a concert. I have a group of friends that we just try to go to every hip hop concert.
Okay.
Every
I'm
single
going to need
one.
to get that invite for the next
You're
one
coming.
here,
By the way,
for
you know,
sure.
I went to Lovers and Friends, Usher's show.
Yes.
And it got
I went to it in Vegas as well.
canceled this year. I went this year. We all flew to Vegas.
Right.
And it got canceled the night before
Why?
because of high winds.
High
and
winds.
Yeah, in Vegas. And it was the most unbelievable lineup. Like, unbelievable.
Who was in that lineup?
It was interesting. The big headliners, obviously, was Usher.
Mhm.
And it was like, they had like Gwen Stefani, a couple random pop, which is like huge stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, the bottom was like Jodeci.
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
Love.
and there was like 5 stages. I'm
Yeah.
like, if the
And they
bottom
canceled it.
is Jodeci, it was a crazy.
You missed a good. No, that's crazy.
Maya. I love Maya.
Love.
Oh my God. I
actually got a chance to see Usher in Vegas. I went with Eva for her birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was great. And this was before, like, you know, at that time, like, none of us got pulled on stage, which at this point I feel like a
You
pull on
would've.
stage moment.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I would have loved to have gotten out there and, like, you know, danced around with him for sure. But didn't happen. So I'm not bitter, Usher. I'm just saying that if I ever come back again, like,
Well,
can I get some love? You know, I
so-
interviewed him when he was like 10. It's like all
Oh,
on social
really?
media. It keeps coming up. Yes. Like years and years ago.
Whoa.
Totally random, crazy story. Throwback, like for real. I was like, at one point, you've heard of Soul Train, right?
Of course.
Right. So I was like, at one point, they started having co-hosts, like, people hosting Soul Train. And
Yeah.
somebody decided they should let models do it. And I was one of the models that got to do it. And I flew out to LA and I did it.
Wow.
And my guest was Usher. He was like 9 or something crazy. And
That's
this
great.
reggae artist named Rod Digga.
Okay.
And I had never done anything like that before. Anyway, long story short, it's been like all over the place because I think he's like celebrating his like whatever greatness of whatever he's doing right now. So those videos keep coming up.
That's amazing.
Even more reason, Usher, to pull me on that stage. You owe me a dance. I interviewed you when you were a baby. So
Well, you know he's on tour.
I know.
I just went.
You did?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay,
I was into it. I
Okay.
went. Yeah.
But I thought you said this was the Vegas one that you went to?
No, I went 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you went 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks for the invite, bitch. Thank you for including me. I'm
You'll be
pretty
at the
sure I was in
next one.
LA 2 weeks ago.
You'll be at the next one, I promise.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
But,
you. Shout out to Usher. Congratulations on all your greatness.
Here we are. Okay, Cynthia, holiday season is coming up. Are you ready for all the holiday traveling?
Girl, you know I love seeing everyone, but keeping up with everyone's schedules, that's where things get a little wild.
For sure. But I have to say, the Life 360 app has really helped my family feel closer, especially during the holiday chaos. It's like no matter where we all are, I know I can check in and feel at ease.
Exactly. My family's all over the place sometimes, so I love knowing where they are without having to send a million "Where are you now?" text.
Right? And those alerts are so crucial. I set up place alerts so I know when Max gets to school, when Rob's on his way home. It's like I've got my own little dispatcher helping me keep everyone in sync.
And what about the driver reports? Knowing how fast someone is driving? Hello, Noel. So good for people like me that worry about everything. It really keeps me in the loop without stressing out.
And peace of mind. It's huge. I mean, there's crash detection, there's emergency dispatch. It's like Life 360 really wants to look out for us. It's not just tracking, it's like a whole safety net.
I couldn't agree more. Plus, I can check on things like Noel's phone battery. Like when she's out too late, I can just check the app instead of calling, "Hey, do you need a charger?"
The little things that keep us sane, right? And real-time updates on the go, essential for family peace.
Life 360 has made our family so much smoother. It's like everyone's connected and I'm not missing out on what really matters to me.
Speaking of which, Life 360 is offering a gift for the holiday season.
Right now, you can make everyday family life better. Just visit life360.com or download the app and use the code HUMBLE to get 1 month of the gold package for free.
That's life360.com and the code is HUMBLE. Make your holidays a little more peaceful with Life 360. There was one page, Bravo Snark side, that
Ooh.
responded to a clip of when I mentioned that, Kyle was like the queen bee.
She is.
Yes. And it was like, the comment was like, oh, I don't know if this meant to be like shady. I was like, I get it. We love.
If you call someone a queen or a queen bee, how is that ever interpreted as being shady?
Yes, but I think
it's a compliment.
I think their comment was they were wondering if Kyle said that to me, like, this is my show. And I wanted to clarify. She never said that to me.
No.
And I want, actually, this is something I want to clarify. I'm going to just make it a blanket statement. I tend to, and this is like, Rob hates me for this. I always say always or everyone. I just generalize.
Right.
But like, not everyone said that to me, but a couple girls said to me.
A lot of people.
Yes. In like on the show. And it was very much done in a respectful way. Like, this is her show. She started it.
Flowers. You're giving her flowers.
Yeah. So it was all done positively. But I was like, oh shit. Like, here we go with all the like chit chat online and whatever. But honestly, I'm just here to tell the truth. It's just what it was. And I was like, okay, got it. And I come from a culture that's like really into hierarchy. So I was like, oh, I like rules. I like structure. So you tell me this person does sets the rules. Right. Great. I will follow. Like,
absolutely.
I am a good soldier.
Who's the
like
queen?
That.
Cal's the queen.
Cal's
all
the
right.
Queen. And I always said that to her, like, how you've done this. And like for you, 11 years, like how someone can do this like nonstop for 14 years is wild to me. Like, that is so hard. And people don't really understand how challenging the show is and putting yourself out there and getting the response. And like, they just think like, oh, like, stop complaining. You guys have money. You can do Like, they don't know. They don't know how tough it is. But anyway, so I just thought that was so interesting. I was like, oh, okay. So now we're going to always be like debunking things. Like debunking is going to be like this new podcast.
Yeah, that's crazy. Did you call her? Did you text her?
No, because I'm sure she knows because I've always been flattering of her. So like, if she's listening, that's not what it was. But it's like when you know what you know. So I don't think she would ever think that I would.
Yeah, I mean, Cal is an OG. Like,
yes.
Like I said, I stand on the fact when I think of Beverly Hills, I think of Kyle Richards.
That's right. I do too.
It is what it is.
I do too. Like now that I'm away, I actually still think about that. That's how I thought about it before. I used to think about her and LVP. I have to say, I would think about them too.
Yep.
And I never
That's
filmed
true.
with LVP, but Kyle's like the OG. And so it was so funny where it's like people thought I was implying that she said that to me. And I'm like, no, but I get that. Like people don't know.
Well, people are talking. Like I know you thought like, you know, since you didn't go back this season that, you know, somehow you got to be like hands off and off the radar. But basically anything that comes out of your pretty little mouth, honey, is clickbait.
I know. And I now have to remember that. So,
Yes.
but that will not stop me from saying it because I love this. I feel this is our safe space.
It is. It is.
So
This is
love
where
it.
we clarify everything
Yes.
and, you know, just get it all, you
That's right.
know, right.
So speaking of clarification, I
Uh-oh.
thought this would be fun
Shit.
to debunk some
Okay.
things.
All right. Cool.
And we don't have to do all of them today, but maybe we can do one or two.
Okay.
But I want to know, what is a rumor or something salacious out there that has been out there either from your first season to today that seems to keep coming up that like you want to debunk that is not true?
All right. I actually have 3 things, but I'll give you one.
Okay.
Okay. The first thing that the only thing today that I want to debunk is the fact that people think that I've been married like 100 times. Like they think I've been married at least 3 times and I've only been married twice. So every time I get into a new relationship, everyone's always like, oh my God, just give it up. Like you just like suck at marriage. Like, how many times
People
do you
say
need to
that?
get married? Like they literally act like
God.
I've been married 20 times. I've been married twice.
Wow.
And the first time, in my opinion, was a practice run. Okay. It was a test, literally. It was
How
like
long
a
were
test.
you married the first time?
I was married for 8 years.
Oh, that's a solid marriage.
Thank you.
That's a long time.
Yes. Give
I
me
mean,
my
Yeah.
stripes. Like I
think
really
people
did
don't
the
get that.
time.
It is hard work to be married.
Yeah. And then I was married. I knew Mike for 4 years, my second husband, and we were married for 2.
Okay.
And that's it. A lot of people think that Noel's dad, Leon, and I were married, but we were engaged.
Okay.
But we never were married. Now we could have married, and he wanted to marry me, but I just thought, you know, we're having this baby, and I didn't want that to be that. That wasn't the reason, but the fact that I was pregnant, I felt like had a little something to do with him proposing.
Okay,
after I peed on the stick, I was like,
You're right. Okay.
so I
makes
was like,
sense.
no, you can't.
Right.
Yeah, like we're just gonna be good parents, and we'll just see what happens. Like,
How old were you when you were pregnant?
Oh my God, I was in my 30s. I don't know, 34, 35. How do I
Oh,
not
okay.
remember that? Yeah.
Okay.
And
So you were like,
And Noella's our one and only. Like she's my only child, and she's Leon's only child.
right. So you were like ready.
I was, and he was like, when I saw him, I was like, and what, you know, even before I met him. And this is a true story. I'm not saying I manifested him, but I'm just saying that anytime I would see him on TV or on the screen, I knew I was going to meet him. I knew we were
Oh.
going to have something. I didn't know I was going to have a whole baby with him, but I was like,
Really?
this person's going to be in my life. And the moment,
Wow.
I'll never
okay.
forget, I was doing a modeling shoot in New York City on Broadway, and I'm shooting. It's like for some catalog or something. And Leon, and this is the first time I see him in person, I was walking down the street with a friend of his, some guy friend of his. And I literally was like, that's the guy that I'm always saying that is going to be in my life in some way. And he literally saw me and stopped in his tracks and was like, and I was like, yeah. And then he kept walking. But then he came back into the restaurant.
Wow.
And we were on our lunch break. And he just sat at the bar and he's like, super sexy, right? So he was like, bar, just staring. And everyone's like, he's staring at you. Go talk to him. I was like, no, I was literally like paralyzed. I could not move. I was like, I can't go. So I never got up. So he interpreted that to mean that I wasn't interested. And then I
Okay.
didn't see him again for like 2 years later. And then I saw him again at an event. And he came up to me and he was like, hi, I really want to meet you. And I was like, oh my God, I want to meet you too. Like, I remember that day. And then you came in the restaurant and I was like such an idiot and I didn't say anything. But now I'm in a whole relationship,
Yeah,
but I'm
but
not in love. And I think you are supposed to be in my life in some way. Can I just get your phone number and can I just call you when it's over with this guy? And he was like, okay, first
That's
of
a
all,
lot.
she's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
But he gave me his number. And
But
after
wait,
I broke
why
up with the
did
guy,
he not come up to you the first time?
because I was acting crazy. I was literally like, oh my God, is he looking? Like, I was so shy. Like, I'm actually shy. I know that's hard to believe.
I don't believe you. I'm sorry.
Crystal, I am like really shy, especially when it comes to guys. And if I
Okay.
like you, I would literally walk out the restaurant. Like, I won't even like say anything.
But if you were acting crazy and whatever you were saying, like, wouldn't he pick that up that you were like flirting and like he liked?
Look, we're both Pisces. I don't know. Maybe it
Oh,
just
he was
wasn't
a
the
Pisces.
moment. He's a Pisces as
Oh,
well.
okay. That explains
Yeah,
it.
and I'm a little traumatized because I'm not really aggressive with men because the one time I decided to like be that girl and like go up and approach a guy, Like I saw this cute guy at a bar one time. I was like, you know what? I never do this. I'm just gonna go up and say, hey,
Yeah.
I see it in movies. They like,
Yeah.
I sent him over a drink. And he
Wow.
literally was looking around, and then I was like, hi, that was me to send you a drink. I just want to say hello. And he was like, I'm not interested. And I was like,
What? What? He said that?
for life. I was traumatized. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, okay. That would
I was like,
traumatize you for life.
It's totally fine. Sorry.
What?
Yeah.
When was
so when you
this?
have friends going, oh, just go over and say hi or send them a drink.
Never again.
Like I
Don't
will
ever
never,
talk to
as
a man
long
again.
as I live, I
Never
will
talk
never
to a man
send a
again.
man a drink.
Wait, when was that?
My goodness. It was like during my modeling years. I was like
So you were younger.
in my like 20s or whatever. I was hot. Like he should have taken the
What?
drink and he
I'm
should have
not
like asked me
interested.
out.
Ew.
So after that, I was like, okay, I'll just wait for guys to approach me
Yeah, I get that.
and send me drinks.
I would be that way too.
Yeah.
That's very traumatizing.
It
Sorry
was-
that happened.
Like I'm upset even like reliving it right now.
I can feel it. I'm very sorry.
An asshole.
Okay.
You know
Well-
what? And now he's sorry because he probably sees me on TV
Hell
all the
yeah.
time. And he's like, that was that girl that sent me that
Of
drink.
course
And I was
he's
like,
sorry.
I'm not interested. Now you have to watch me for the rest of
Now
your
he's-
life with your wife. Okay.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
I mean, that's bold and that's a bold response.
Yeah.
That would be really tough. Okay, so you
Crazy.
debunked that you have been only married twice.
Oh, I've only been married twice, everyone, and not more than that. So if I,
Right, you don't
and
want that
when-
label of like someone who's like always getting married. Like that's not cool.
I don't know, for some reason I kind of do. Like, I mean, anytime I even, like right now I'm dating. Well, I'm not even dating. I'm in a relationship with
Yeah.
someone. I have a whole boyfriend. And I don't even post him on Instagram yet.
Yeah.
Because I feel like anytime, because I get really excited.
Yeah.
When I'm in love. I'm a Pisces.
You're very excited.
I'm a lover of love.
Yeah.
And I love to be like, yay. And I do hashtags for us. Like, I'm the worst.
Okay.
I can be annoying.
Okay. That's
But
very
I love
annoying.
love. Like, love is a beautiful thing.
It is. I am a cold ice queen and I don't do any of that. So that is annoying to me, but I think it's kind of cute.
I know you are kind of an ice queen.
I am. I really
Like, I feel like if I didn't know you, I would know nothing about you. That's why I'm always so shocked when you tell me
Totally.
anything about you.
and
I'm
I
like,
get that. I have to I remind myself, like when people like see me a certain way on the show, I'm like, okay, you know what? I get it because you see this kind of aspect of me. When you know me, I am like,
yeah,
I
you're
know,
like
but-
lit.
I'm lit all the time.
Crazy.
I'll be like, I'm also really judgy. I am judgy.
You are?
Yeah, I'm a little judgmental.
Oh, I don't like that.
I am sorry.
How dare you? You cannot judge people
Why?
because it's not,
Nice.
no, it's not like,
I'm very open to change, but I'm just
okay,
really
give me an
honest.
example. Give me an example of like judging. Like, are you?
I am incredibly polite.
Yes.
And I will never like be mean to someone intentionally. I don't
Okay.
like that because like I don't teach my kids that.
No,
like,
you don't
I
get me mean girl. no.
never.
No.
Like I don't like mean girls. I'm so like
I don't like
as a
mean girls
mom of a
either.
daughter, I am like never be a mean girl. Like be a
Absolutely.
nerd and sweet and like
Yep.
be respectful, whatever. But like I internalize I like I'm a little judgy.
I need
Are
an
you not?
example. I'm not. I live and let live. I'm a Pisces. Like, I literally just want everybody to be great. And that's it.
I do too. It's not judging. Like I don't want I
need
want
an
good for
example
everyone.
though. Like, give me an example of you judging something because I don't understand. Because I don't feel like you're judgy, but now I'm starting to feel like you could be judgy.
Okay,
and maybe you,
I'm being
you judged
honest,
me in some
like-
small way, and it like, went over my head.
No, I have not judged you yet.
Oh my god! Okay, we cannot have a whole conversation about how awful it is to judge someone, and then for me to sit here and
No,
have to
but I
wait for my
said-
day to
No,
come.
but I said it. I was like, oh, that can be annoying.
Okay,
Like it's because it doesn't go farther than that.
okay.
I'm not like,
I need an example.
oh God, she's the most like I would like. This is why she would never be in a relationship.
Walk
I'm
me
just
through
like,
this. I need an example.
Yeah, when you're like, oh, I love like hashtags. Like that's annoying.
I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. But I know,
that's
like
the
looking back,
judgment.
when I had to go and delete all the pictures, I was
Yeah.
like, how did no one do an intervention
But
that I
for
was
me-
like this socially
Yeah.
available
But
on
like
social
I'm
media?
quick to be like, because I'm like honest, like very direct. I'm like, oh, that's annoying. But
I like that. Now I like honest and direct.
because
even if it
we're
is
really
like,
close. But if I didn't know you and you said that, I'd be like, that's cute. Like, and I would say that like I wouldn't go and roll my eyes later. I'd be like, that's cute. Like whatever. I don't really care. But I'm like, because we're friends. I'm like, that's annoying.
mhm.
That's the judgment.
And I like friends like that.
Yeah,
Because I kind
I'm
of
not. I
know
don't
it's
take it
annoying,
farther
but-
than that. I don't.
Okay.
I swear. I'm like,
okay.
but I'm just
I
a
can take that.
little like cold.
Right, like, don't do that. That's
Yeah, like
awful.
don't do that. You're embarrassing me.
I have to be seen with you in public.
Yes,
so.
like that's how I am. You know, it's just I don't know. We could talk about like zodiacs all the time. I'm just like whatever.
yeah.
Like I will love you to death if I'm into you. I will like I said vulnerable bubbles and everything like that. But if I'm not into you, I'm just like lit. Like that's
All right. I don't see you being like super affectionate. Like, what is it like?
I'm not affectionate.
how are you not affectionate?
To my kids, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, I'm very affectionate.
Yeah.
And my love language is personal touch. Like, I literally want to hug you right now. Like, I do.
Why do you want to hug me?
No, because I love like connection. And I feel like
we high five
I
each other.
disconnect a little bit. Like, I feel like all I want to do is be like, oh my God, like all the time. Like, I literally
And I high five you.
can just
back.
like come to your house and like watch a movie and lay in the bed with you together.
And cuddle me.
And with my leg, kick my leg on top of your leg. I love that. That is my happiest place ever. I would hug you all the time, but I feel like you don't really want to be hugged all the time. So I like have to pull back.
Do you want to be hugged all the time?
Absolutely.
By
I always need a hug.
Everyone?
Anyone that wants to hug me. I love hugs.
Okay.
Do you know my life? I've had a crazy life. I want a hug from anyone who wants to hug me.
Okay, so like last night we went to a work dinner and I'm like meeting people I've never met. I'm like, oh, I'm a hugger because I feel like it warms people up right away.
But you don't really pull people in because you've hugged me. You don't pull in. It's like it's a courteous, respectful hug. Like there's no
it's a Chinese hug.
Like I latch on.
Yeah.
Like I literally can jump in your jump on you.
I do that with my children. Other than that, like I don't know.
They get all the love.
They get all of it. But even like my son, like Zoe is such a cuddler. Max is not.
I love her.
He's like, okay, mom.
I just
like,
met your kids for the first time.
I know
they were so sweet.
They're funny. But like Max is like, he's cool. Like, but he's like me though. I was like, all right, hug. Like we'll hug each other and like fist bump. Like I high five you. That's touch. We're touching.
Your kids get all the love. I get it.
Yeah. So like that's part of my personality. I don't know.
Cold-blooded, ice queen, judgmental ass bitch.
That's me.
She don't want to hug. All she wants to do is judge you. Yeah. Oh my God. Who are you?
I'm honest and I'm direct and I have best intention for people. I will say this.
It makes me, all I want to do is just be up in your personal space and just give you affection.
Literally, you've scooted over a couple inches already.
I know. I'm obsessed with you now. Like, I'm so obsessed with you now.
Wait, are you obsessed with people? You said
Oh, let me not start that. No, I'm not. Let me take that word. That's a big housewife word. Like, whenever, they're, the housewife, like, when you're on for like at least a couple of seasons, you have to be accused of being obsessed with someone. But you know what I was going to tell you? I have okay, I know we're not at the humble brag part, but I just kind of have to get it out because I feel some kind of way.
Oh my God, what?
I can't hold on to it.
What?
Okay. So my humble brag for this episode is the fact that the brag is I was offered this amazing opportunity to do 3 international trips with this amazing company.
Okay.
And all I had to do was like literally like host it, and I get to bring one person for free, and I just needed 20 people to sign up. So the first trip, and this hurts even deeper because it's like my birthday trip to Egypt. And I just found out, I got the email the other day that literally, and all I needed was 20 people.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people.
Yeah.
I have 4 million people following me.
You do.
Literally, they told me in the email that no one signed up. Not one freaking person. Not one. So the humble part of me, they brought me, they pulled my ass down from the clouds and said, listen, you and your 4 million people and all the fabulous people because I know rich people, broke people, I know all kind of people that I thought
didn't sign up.
20 people is easy. Not one person.
Okay.
Signed up. No one wanted to go to Egypt for my birthday with a 57, about to be 58.
That's humble.
Postmenopausal woman who was going to be like lit in Egypt. Like, not one person signed up. So I am humbled.
That's humbling.
But I'm so grateful that I got the opportunity. And the fact that I'm even saying this on the podcast is a little scary because I pride myself on being a brand that people can bank on, make shit happen. And this is the first time. Crickets.
By the way, I love that you said that.
I kind of hate that I said it, but
I know.
Go ahead.
It's very humbling.
Oh my God.
I will say this though.
I think my feelings are a little hurt.
Early.
It's not. No, they said it's too late now because there was a deadline of when you could actually pay for the trip because it's not until February.
Oh, I see. Okay. So,
and it was a little expensive, and maybe I could have did a better job of promoting it. I mean, I don't think it helped with me going on Jeff's show. Like him and Sutton, like totally made fun of my trip the whole time. So thanks, Jeff and Sutton, for sabotaging my trip to Egypt.
Well, I think that it's a learning lesson
and very humble.
Yes, very humbling. Yes. I do have a question because I know that there's other celebrities that have done this.
Yes.
Do you know how they fared?
Well, Carson Kressley, my dear friend.
Yes.
From Big Brother and just from before then, but we like totally became like one in in the big celebrity Big Brother house.
Lots of cuddling.
He does them all the time, and he's very successful.
Oh, he sells out
all the time.
Okay, so Do you think it has
And
to
he
do
recommended
with
me.
the country?
Sorry, Carson, I let you down because I didn't sell one ticket.
Okay, but do you think it has to do with the country?
It could.
Because where does Carson go?
He goes all over. Like, look on his Instagram. He's always like posted up somewhere.
So
and I
he's
think
just very successful.
He's very successful at everything.
In this specific, okay.
He just works his ass off, basically.
got
He's
it.
always booked and busy.
But maybe it was Egypt.
It could have been.
Like if you did Paris.
Maybe Paris would have been better. But I felt like everyone, I don't know, like for some reason I was like, I'm at the age now where I just want to see all of the godly.
The wonders of the world.
Oh, thank you. Wonders of the world.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, can you take this away from me now? As a seasoned older woman, I want to see all the wonders of the world, and I'm in a very spiritual place in my life as well. So I thought, you know what, let me go and see these pyramids and just see what that is.
Well, here's the deal, is that you have to know that this is not your only opportunity.
Okay.
That this was a one moment blip in your life, and the pyramids are not going anywhere.
True.
They will always be there, and you can go anytime you want.
Okay.
And I've been to the pyramids, and I would go back, and we can make a trip.
Okay.
And actually, the boat ride that you were promoting, I saw the itinerary.
Yes, we were going to stay at the Four Seasons.
I went on my honeymoon, that exact boat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. It's a fabulous trip. People really
So you went
out.
Which is why you obviously didn't sign up to go.
It's also my birthday.
Oh, shoot.
February's hard because it's Zoe's birthday and it's like a thing. Like I'm always in town. But it was a fabulous trip. People missed out and it was actually a great deal. But I will say, it's not your only opportunity. You have to get over that.
Okay. All right. I feel better. I feel better already.
Such a traveler. That is really my love language.
Me too.
And I tend to add. Like, I'm like, oh, well, I'm already, in Asia. Let's keep adding. And Rob is like, okay, you've already added 3-4 weeks of a trip. Like, you got to stop. And he's always like, it will always be there. It will always be there. And now I'm here, like today, and like, planning another trip to Asia with the kids. Like, it will always be there. You have an opportunity. And I get it. Like, you will see all the wonders of the world because that is what you want. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to invite you to Great Wall of China if you haven't been yet.
Did you guys hear this?
I'm inviting you to Great Wall of China.
I have the receipt.
Okay. I'm inviting you.
I can't wait to show you guys the pictures on Instagram.
A lot of my friends there.
Okay.
I've had a home in Beijing for 17 years. We just sold it this year. But I have all my friends there, and I will take you to the Great Wall of China.
Okay. I will go. Thank you. And thank you for
See,
making me feel better. And
I touch you with your eyes.
I'm
a little comfortable, but I'm touching you. No, but honestly, I know that's actually quite humbling. Like, things like that work and people showing up for you. And, I know we're going to talk about showing up for people.
Oh my God. But, Crystal, here's the thing. Like, okay, in my mind, I was like, okay, it may work, it may not work out. But I just thought maybe at least somebody would sign up.
Let me tell you something. That's a hard ask.
It is a hard ask.
It is. You're actually putting a lot of pressure on yourself. It's hard enough for people to show up at an event in LA for you.
It's true. You're right.
It's hard enough to do that, let alone purchasing a ticket for
9 days.
Yeah, it's a long
9 days. It was a big commitment.
Yeah, it's a big commitment. That's 6 months out to Egypt. Like that is a big ask. Unless
I was in over my head actually.
Someone's planning that trip. That's one thing. But like already, a lot of people want to do that trip and they don't have the means or the opportunity to go.
And I knew that as well. And then it didn't happen, and I'm over it now. But I just want to get it on my chest.
Good. So. Well, that was a nice humble brag. I don't know if I have one yet, but
that's okay.
Yeah. But that's very sweet. I can feel your
stung.
It stung. Did they just tell you?
Like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay, so you're really.
I couldn't get in this chair fast enough to tell you.
You're really in it.
Because at first I was like, oh, no problem. I'm just so excited for other future opportunities with you guys. I totally get it. I understand. And then I sent the email and I was like,
you're sad.
Not one person.
Yeah.
Like not, but they said they did have a lot of interest. Like a lot of people inquired.
Yeah.
But no one pulled the trigger.
Okay. That's fair.
I'm over it. I'm done. We can move on.
Good. I think you have to get off your chest. Honestly.
Woo!
But by the way,
you have no
that's
idea.
what this podcast is about, right? It's just being honest and vulnerable, and like that no matter like how many successes we have, we're going to celebrate them as we should because we're allowed to. And sometimes things don't work out the way we want, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
And that's everyone's life.
True.
And it's all relative, right? Like you're talking about like bringing people on a trip to Egypt and them spending thousands of dollars. Like you're still hurt by it, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, you can't force people to spend like money is like tight
and it
right
was
now.
it was a nice chunk, but it was a good trip. But you will
go there.
It wasn't meant to be.
Yes,
I'll go to Egypt another time.
Okay, so now I am going to talk about, because I asked you the question, but I want to do one of my debunking
Oh,
yeah, I have a lot of them, but this is one. This is a big one.
we'll do one every week.
Yeah, we have so every week.
Because I have a few as well.
Because a new one's going to come out every week anyway. So this is one which is annoying and also kind of funny and like weirdly edgy. It's almost like kind of sexy for me. And it's my fault because it was my 4th day of shooting. We played a game, 2 truths and a lie.
Okay.
And
I don't think I played that one. How is that different from Truth or Dare?
Okay. So you're going to tell the group or whoever.
Okay.
2 truths.
Okay.
And 1 lie about yourself.
Oh, I have played that. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so everyone has to guess.
Okay, got it.
So I was brand new and we were in Tahoe. It was a big Tahoe trip for me. You know,
Right.
I was like, went to hell. But I was like, I'm going to be cool and edgy. So I said, I got arrested. And that was a lie.
Okay.
And then one was, I don't even remember. But one was, I worked at an escort agency.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and I had a warrant for my arrest, which was true.
Okay.
So actually, I should debunk that one too.
Okay.
Because when that episode came out, it was my first episode. And then someone had sent me an offer already, some kind of like brand deal.
Okay.
And then they called and they're like, we saw an article that you're wanted. I was like, I said that. That's not true. So
okay, so the truth was that you had a warrant out. You were never an escort and you were never arrested.
Well, no, the escort thing was real.
Oh shit, you were an escort?
But no.
This is what I'm talking about. Who is she?
I know.
Who is this person?
No. But that's the thing. I wasn't an escort. I worked at an escort agency.
What, you were like the receptionist?
I worked like accounts. So
you cannot make this shit up.
I really can't. So I'm going to tell that story because it was chopped up to just be like, I'm an escort. Like that's how it looked. And I remember watching, I was like, oh my God. But I was like, and then the last like 4 years, it's been this like, oh, well, then it turned into Rob met Crystal as an escort.
Oh my God.
Which really pissed off Rob. But we also kind of laugh at it. So when I was the summer from high school to college, I had some friends who were like older. They were like 30. I was like kind of hanging out with people who were a little bit older than me. And her boyfriend owned this advertising company, which was right on Sunset, across from like the Hustler store. And I say that because it was kind of like, I'm working from the Hustler store, and I was 17 or 18 years old. And if you want to have like a job, I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll like work, you know. And it was this little office. And do you remember like the free magazines, like newspapers on the street that you'd open? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there was one like LA
I'm
Weekly.
57. I remember the free magazines.
Okay.
I remember everything old. Okay. Just so you know, you don't have to ask me if I remember when we had like actual CDs. Do I remember like anything that's old?
Okay.
I was there.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
So those kinds of magazines were free, and on the back were like like it was black and white, and there were pictures of like women.
Okay.
Right, with their phone numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So the company that I worked for owned those pages. They were considered an advertising company. So the thing is that the girls would, so the office with the girls would come in and be like a little studio like this.
Okay.
And we would like take pictures of them like in lingerie and whatever.
Okay.
But they would pay
lingerie.
Okay. Because they were like escorts. They were like,
right.
And we had different categories. And it was like,
what were the categories?
Massage in call or massage out call. Like
massage in call.
Meaning like you can go to their house for a massage.
Okay.
Out call is they come to you.
Okay.
And then there was like.
And clearly a happy ending is involved in these massages.
We don't know. What we did was legal.
Of course, we don't know.
We don't know.
Clearly there was a happy ending involved.
So we were the advertising company. So the girls paid us to be on the magazine, on the paper.
Right.
But their phone numbers were direct. Like they put their phone numbers.
They're real numbers.
Well, I'm sure they had like a second.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of.
But they answered the phone. It's like, hi, it's me. What do you need?
We didn't do anything illegal because.
No.
I know. I had a
definitely
weird
not
teenage life. Okay. So, but my job was literally like they would come in and like accounting, like they would pay the $250 a month to be on the paper. But then we also had like a website. Like websites really kind of like new and interesting.
Right.
So you can go on the website, and then they would pay extra money to like have pictures, like 1 photo or 4. I mean, this is like really back then. And then they could have like a little video dancing, and that would be like an extra $50 a month.
Right.
Okay. So then the categories were like in-call massage, out-call massage, like redhead,
Redhead. Oh, if they wanted,
feet,
if you
like fetish.
had
like,
red hair or wore a red wig.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feet.
Feet. Oh, feet fetish.
Feet fetish.
You know, I have terrible feet, and I get a lot of interest on Instagram about my feet. And I have like a big old size 11 foot that has
Okay,
had
well,
bunion work and everything on.
well, then that's probably why.
Like, I
It's
really-
probably unique feet.
I actually want to open up an OnlyFans with my feet.
I
I
think you
really
should.
do.
I've always dreamt
think
of
I
doing
should
one,
too.
but not like myself, but like
They
like
reach
a
out to me
madam.
all the time, and I don't know why.
What?
Yeah, they're always like, "Hey, let me know when you're ready." I'm like, why am I even on their radar? Like, I have the most boring, normal Instagram ever, but they're like, you can
I
do
don't
whatever
know,
you
but
want.
I bet you people are asking for it. I bet you that's why they're requesting.
I'm telling you, I don't know what this foot thing
Okay,
is about.
I'm not mad
but
about it. I'll be your manager.
I feel like these feet can make some money.
Do it.
because
I'm telling you, we had a whole sort of section for feet. There was like
I'm
10
doing it.
sections or whatever. So then when I said it, I was like, oh, like I worked at an escort, so then it became, I was an escort.
Of course you were.
But I worked,
Right.
yeah. So all these years, I'm like, oh, that's kind of fun. But no, I did not meet Rob that way. I
You were
actually
never an
met him-
escort.
No, it was never an escort.
You were never arrested before.
I was never arrested. I met Rob 3 years after that. But I think that people think, I got one literally the other day. Like, oh, Rob groomed you at 17. I'm like, first of all, I never met him when I was 17.
God.
And I will say this because I always give like understanding, people see what they see. So when I was announced, somehow my name was attached to maybe another Crystal Kung whose
There's
birthday.
another one?
Well, there's a lot. I'm sure there's
With your exact name.
Crystal Kung. Yeah.
Wow.
I actually am pen
Okay,
pals
that
with
is-
not the Crystal Kung.
Okay, I guess that. Okay.
Yeah. There's
All
like,
right.
there's going to be someone.
Okay.
So I will say, if you
There's
Google,
a lot of Cynthia Baileys, actually.
I'm
like, whenever
sure.
I get ready to buy something and they have to look at all my stuff,
yeah.
like, there's a slew of Cynthia Baileys
Yeah,
that come up.
there's
Okay.
for sure. Like,
Okay.
there's no way we're the only ones. Like, our unique name.
Right.
So there's a Crystal Kung apparently who was born in like 1985. I was born in 81. So it's like
Okay. I graduated high school in 1985.
Crystal, another Crystal, was born in 85. Has a dad named Homer Kung, and
Homer Kung.
Homer Kung.
Okay.
Because I just Google, and so I think that people connected her birthday to my name.
I'm
So
sorry.
people thought,
I could never think of the name Homer and not think of The Simpsons. I'm sorry.
of course, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a very
Oh my God.
unique
Homer
name.
Kung.
There might be only one Homer Kung out there. I actually think that there might be one.
I immediately thought
Yeah.
of The Simpsons. Okay.
But
go ahead.
actually, to the point where people really were confused about my birthday, I filmed my 40th birthday in February. Okay, on the show.
Okay.
In June, I received a huge bouquet of flowers. Happy birthday from Evolution, my production company.
Okay.
I call Alex. I go, why are you sending me flowers? I think someone else's birthday. He goes, isn't your birthday? I go, first of all, you just filmed my birthday 4 months ago, twice. We had 2 birthday parties on the show. Second, and like, oh my God, we Googled it and it was like the wrong Chris. I'm like, exactly. So I think people
Hilarious.
add, they try to do their own funny math. It's called fuzzy
Yeah.
math, right? They did their own fuzzy math and acted as if I'm like 4 years younger than I am, which I'm not.
Okay.
So then they're like, oh, you met Rob, da-da-da, at this age, and you're an Ortho escort. So that is my debunking of that.
That was a damn good debunking. That was a lot to unpack.
A lot.
I
and
have
I've been
so many
wanting-
questions still.
I know, but like every platform I've had, like, were you an escort? Like, no, you can only tell so much of the story.
Right.
That like, then it sounds like long-winded. But I'm like, it is actually a very real and funny story. But I still think it's kind of cool. Like, because I'll tell you, truly, when I was younger, I always wanted to be a madam.
Okay.
In high school, I thought it was cool. Like, I always envisioned myself as like this, like, this like Asian, like cloak of like, and I had like a boudoir of like,
Continue.
Yeah.
I'm listening. Yeah.
and a brothel. Like, I
Right.
thought,
Well, obviously.
yes. And I don't know, there's like this whole thing in the 40s, like Susie Wong, like this kind of
Mhm,
like sexy,
mhm,
like, everyone's like smoking the long things in Shanghai. And like, I was
No,
like,
I get it. I
yeah.
see the visual.
yeah,
I
it's
see
like
it.
cool and
Yeah.
edgy. And I was like, and I was kind of like bossy when I was younger,
Mhm.
shocker. And, and I'm kind of ice cold blooded and I'm like kind of cruel
Yep.
and judgy. And I was like, okay, like maybe I
Judgmental,
could be,
cold-blooded.
yes,
No, doesn't like affection. Yeah.
I'd be
I
a
could totally-
perfect.
You know what? You need to actually, the more
Already,
you tell
you're
the
telling me about
story.
your feet. I want to be your man.
No, you're already trying to hook up my OnlyFans account.
Yes.
But I could see you actually playing the role of a madam. You would
Totally.
be a bomb as madam.
Yes, I
Like,
would
I'm not
be.
even just saying that.
I would take care of my girls.
Of course you would. You would be fair.
Yes.
You
I would
give us our
protect
money.
you all.
Definitely, you would protect us.
Yes. And you guys will live a great life. I would be so good.
and we'll get to travel with you. Maybe you take us on trips because
right.
you like to travel.
To
If
the
we were, like,
pyramids
really
of
good.
Egypt.
Yeah. Women of
The night.
women.
Women of the
And but sometimes
or the day.
women of the day
Or
as
the day.
well.
Or a breakfast. Whenever. It was whenever. I'm open to your schedule. I want to work with you. I'm going to figure this out.
Okay. Well,
It's actually a very important word because we're going to do this.
yeah, because it needs a name because
Yeah.
I have the visual.
But no,
and
but
already
wouldn't I
have
be
you in the
amazing at
outfit.
it?
You would.
No, I'm like not even kidding.
Yeah.
I've always dreamt about it. And so then when it kind of came out,
You
like I
are
was
a
an
very
escort-
interesting person.
Am I?
You are.
Thank you.
Like the more
No,
I
I
get to
just-
know you, like
What, you don't think
you
anyone-
being on Housewives, like they didn't even they peeled like half a layer off.
But did they?
There's so much deep stuff
Have you never
going
thought
on.
about being a madam?
No,
Ever?
I haven't actually. I think I stayed in a brothel one time when I was like super broke and I was like living in Paris and I had
Well,
to, like,
that's interesting.
I had to find the cheapest place to stay.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, okay, well, this one's like pretty much like
It's like,
free.
oh,
It's
they're
like
like-
$30 a night,
But
and
no,
I
they're
go
like,
in.
if you stay here, you get $100. You make 100 every time you come into this room.
No, but Crystal, it was so scary because I'm literally like fresh out of Alabama. Like I go to Paris. I obviously have no money. I say the cheapest place I could find. And it was already like suspect. Like I didn't have a bathroom. The bathroom, I didn't have, well, it was like a closet. And then I didn't have a bathroom and it was like in a hallway and it was like shared.
Oh, wow.
And every time I would go, like I would get up like 3 a.m. Well, I would try to get up super early so I wouldn't have to see anybody in the
Yeah.
hallway. But the hose is up early. So everybody's up having
They're up.
sex early. They either wrapping up or
That's
starting.
crazy.
So there was always activity. So I could never figure out the right time to sneak in the hallway and go to the bathroom
Wow.
and like do my makeup. Well, we didn't
But
really
they
wear
all
makeup.
knew that you weren't working there.
No one thought I was working there. But
so
it
they
was
know,
like,
oh, you're like a hotel guest.
yeah. I mean, I didn't really put it together. I was a little naive. I was like, but then I would hear like the beds and like people in the line. I'm like, wait a minute, like
What's
all I
happening?
hear is sex in this place. And I was like, shit,
Oh,
I think I'm in
my
a place
gosh.
where people have sex. And it was,
That's I'm like shocked.
I was 19,
Yeah.
fresh off of a farm. And I was like shipped to Paris. And
Right.
I was like in this
By the way,
hostel.
that's like very sexy Parisian.
It's
kind
a
of thing.
miracle I didn't get like kidnapped in
Yeah.
that place. Like,
Yeah.
because I had to like literally
See,
do.
I would treat you girls good. I would not kidnap you.
I wish you had been there to
I
run
would
that
have helped
place.
you. No, you would have
Because you would
been.
have taken me in and protected me.
You would have been so wealthy right now. I would have made
Wait,
you
if
the
you
queen.
returned me out, I would have been working.
Yes,
But I wanted to be a model, not a.
that's what happens.
Yes, Madam Crystal.
That's what happens.
And you know
Sorry.
your name even works, okay? See
I
it your way,
mean,
okay?
it's so
Crystal
wait.
Clear. There was something on Instagram how you like come up with your stripper name.
Oh, like the street that you were born on.
So the street you were born on, okay, I was born on First Street, and then what was the other part?
like a plant or something.
Oh, name of your first pet.
Oh, your
I
pet.
think it was like the name of my first pet, and then what street I was born on, and the name of my
And
first
what is
pet
it?
was Money. His name was Money, and my
You're-
first. The name of my street was First, so it was like Money First or First Money, however you want to put it.
By the way, First Money is a great
It's
name.
a great ass stripper.
That's a great First Money.
I was like, if I ever
That's
become
like
a
rapper name,
stripper,
too.
it's a good rapper name as
First
well.
Money.
Which I don't rap, by the way, but hey, at this
You don't like
point, I'm
rappers,
keeping all
so.
options open.
Mine would have been Edawanda Yeller.
What?
It's terrible. That's why they don't work for me.
Okay.
First Money is good. That's a great
First
name.
Money. Like, I think Money First is better.
Money First. They're both
Yeah.
wonderful names. I will accept that. I will take you in as my child. So
Well, thank you.
I've always that was that was a thing. And then let me go to the
This is like such a fun fact about you.
it is a weird fact.
That you
I know when I told the girls, they're like, "What? Oh my god, who are you?" It was like because I'm like very also like buttoned up.
very demure.
Yeah, I'm very demure. I'm like, but I'm like very buttoned up, and I'm like, I'm very structured, I'm very serious. But I have these kind of like things in my head that I want to do. You know,
I could see you like when I look at you, I could see you like working for like the CIA or something like
yeah, well,
something
that
like
would be
super
cool.
serious, not like being a madam. Like I could
Yeah, I
totally
would
see
love
you
that.
like doing something like that.
I used to watch that show. It was like on ABC though, but it was like she was like a CIA girl. I was like, oh, such a dream. Oh, it
So
was
young.
Jennifer Gardner.
There
Remember
you
that
go.
show?
Yep.
I was like dreamy.
that-
I love that. Okay, do you want to know about my warrant for my arrest?
Yes.
Or should I tell you that next time?
No.
Are you ready? Okay.
Okay, let me guess. Let me guess.
No, nothing salacious.
It's nothing salacious.
No.
Okay, I'll
It's
never guess it.
Actually, bullshit. It is so annoying.
What, you didn't go to jury duty?
No. Okay. So I was going to a graduation in Flagstaff, Arizona. And like
I already don't like the sound of
okay,
this.
it was like a 4-way stop to go onto campus, but it was graduation. So it was like a ton of people. So
Right.
there was a cop like doing traffic.
Right.
So I'm next to go onto campus forward. And this traffic guy was like getting people off campus. Right. And I'm like, he's just moving people forward. He's in the middle. So I was like, okay, well, this is so inefficient and I don't like inefficiency. So I go forward slowly. And then you see him like flailing his arms. And I was like, oh no, it was a woman. She's flailing her arms. And then I go to the next stop, which is like, a couple hundred yards. And it was like another police officer, traffic control. And they said, he's like looking at me like, move to the side. I was like, oh, fuck. And I'm with my dad and my brother. My mom was stayed home. So it was just the three of us. And I pull over and I see that like the two of them talking was like very animated. And I was like, what? I don't understand what happened. And I was 16 or 17 years old. I was a new driver.
Okay.
And the cop that pulled me, the second one who said move, said, okay, this is the thing. I was like, what? Said, she said that you try to run her over.
Stop.
Swear to God. I go, what? And my dad's sitting in front. He's like, and we're like trying to explain, like, no. And, he's like, okay, hold on. Let me go talk to her. He goes and I see, in my rearview mirror, we're like, I'm freaking out. I'm like a kid. And then they're talking and, and he goes, okay, look, here's the problem. I actually believe you. I understand what's happening, but she's the one who's pulling you over, not me. So I can't, and she will not budge. I will go, what? She goes, she was saying that you try to run over her with her car. I was like, that's insane. He's like, I know, but I have to write this. And I'm like, okay.
Stop.
So.
Okay, I quit. I'm leaving this podcast.
He writes this ticket.
Like, are you serious right now?
How you can't make this up? Ask my brother. And they write me the ticket and it literally, it's like they write civil or criminal. They check off criminal ticket, using vehicle as a weapon. So I'm shaken up. The whole thing is just like ruined this like trip. And then I get home and then I get a ticket that I have to appear in court for my criminal ticket that I was trying to use my car to run over this police officer. So I don't know what to do. I'm in high school. I'm home and I'm like I call the court and it was the bailiff. So I explained the whole story. I was like, I can't come into court. I live in Los Angeles.
Like 16.
I'm a kid. So they said, okay, you know what? Let me talk to the judge. So the bailiff then, I don't remember, call me back, whatever it was. And they said, okay, the judge thinks this thing is insane and believes you, but they can't dismiss it unless you come into court. I was like, okay. Okay,
I'm sorry. This is going way deeper than I thought it was going to go.
It's a lot.
Like, you should have told me this a long time ago. This is the best story I've ever heard.
What?
So, okay.
It is?
Okay. This is crazy.
It's crazy.
Did you talk about this on Housewives?
No, I just said warrant for my arrest.
Okay. You should have told the story. Okay, keep going.
And they said, okay, what I need you to do is write a letter, like an official letter, and send it to the judge. So, okay, great. So I did that. And then they called me back again and said, okay, here's the deal. The judge says he cannot dismiss it unless you're in person. And I'm like, I can't. I'm a kid. I'm not going to fly out there. I can't go. And they said, okay. So he goes, why were you were here for this graduation? I said, yeah. Like, do you plan on coming back? I go, I never want to come back to Flagstaff, Arizona again. I'm like traumatized.
No, and I never want to go.
Yeah. So they said, okay, so here's the deal. We're going to have to put you down of a no-show to court for a criminal ticket. We're going to have to, get a warrant for your arrest and you will only be arrested if you drive in Arizona. Like, he's like, are you ever planning on coming back in the next 7 years? I was like,
you'll only be arrested if you drive in Arizona.
Yeah, if they catch you, if you get pulled over in Arizona over the next 7 years and they scan your my ID, it'll say that you have a warrant for your arrest. And he goes, just don't come back. Just don't drive here again. I was like,
easy enough.
And so for however long, I had this warrant for my arrest out there. It was real. And I was like, okay, but I just was like, I'm never going back to Flagstaff, Arizona. And I remember I had gone to Arizona in my 20s. I was so freaked out. I was like, I couldn't even be in the state. It was like really stressed me out. And so it went around like in the news, whatever, that I had, it was like salacious. Like, I had a warrant for my arrest. My friend called me and she's like, oh, one of my mom's best friend is a judge in Arizona. So he looked it up and said it was dismissed because it was statutes of limitation. So that's my story of my warrant. It's so
You
dumb.
are so gangster. Like,
it was not,
I
though.
tell you,
it wasn't
the
cool,
life
though.
you have lived.
It wasn't cool, though. It was just like a weird, horrible thing that happened to me.
It was weird and horrible, but
right?
it still was kind of like
Yeah.
you've gone through some stuff.
I went through some stuff, but it almost, it's like happened to me. Like it wasn't like I wasn't like arrested or anything. It wasn't like that. It was just like these weird things that happened to me. I was like, this is weird. And when I think back, I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of a funny story.
I mean,
so I just
granted, it would have been better if you did get arrested
Yeah.
for like a couple of days, but
yeah, that would have been better.
I'm just saying,
'Cause I've
it's
never
still a
been
good
arrested.
story.
I've never been arrested.
I just want to say for the record, I've never been arrested either. Thank God. Because all I do is watch like prison documentaries.
Oh,
and
you
stuff.
do?
Oh, completely obsessed. And
Oh, I like
I have no intentions to ever go to jail.
No, prison's scary.
I follow the rules. I do whatever I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
I pay my stuff on time.
Yeah.
Like, please do not. I would
know.
not do well in jail.
I had to pay my taxes this week and it was a rough number. And I'm
Whew.
like, whoa.
You
but
know,
I'm
we just
like,
have to do it.
you just do
Let
it.
it go.
I don't think about it.
And
Like,
let it go.
Just, do the right thing because I've already had a warrant for my arrest. So I don't want that to
Listen,
happen
could you
again.
not get arrested? Like, we have a whole podcast we have to do together. I'm going to need you to
Of getting
be-
arrested?
Could you not get arrested
Oh.
or have warrants out? Like, can you just
I'll try.
walk a straight and narrow path, whatever it's
That
called?
was my problem. I drove a straight path and then I had a warrant for my arrest. That was my problem.
I'm going
Can
to need you to be Crystal. Like, I have big plans for us. Can you just keep your ass
Yes,
out of jail
Yes, I will.
and not have any weird
don't
warrants and not
be a
try to
pimp.
run people over and don't become a madam anytime soon or anything?
I know I have dreams.
Yeah, clearly.
I have dreams. I think we should all dream big.
Yes. No, listen, I love this. This is crazy. I wish I had a follow-up story, but
can't
I have
beat
not.
that.
It's unbeatable.
Yes.
You got me. I'll take the L. You're good. You're good.
I feel like everyone has their stories,
Yes.
right? Like you and I are like, because we're on the show, but like actually I think everyone, I always say this, people are like, oh my God, I love you on the show. I'm like, literally 4 years ago, you had no idea who I was. Like, I'm just like you. That's
Yeah.
what I say. I'm like, I'm just like you.
Yes.
I'm just like you. We all have crazy stories. I just like, it's weird to like say them out loud and then have weird judgment about
I want
it.
to know every crazy story you have.
Okay, I have
Each
a lot.
episode, I need you
Oh,
to
God.
bless us with
Okay.
some more of your crazy stories.
I actually, do you want one more madam story?
She has enough.
More than one more madam story. So
All right. So I have a question for you about social media.
Yeah.
Is it just me? Maybe I'm just too sensitive. I don't know. If you give someone a birthday post, someone that you consider a good friend,
Yeah.
and you actually take the 2 hours that it takes to make a carousel post and go in your phone and find all these great photos of them
Yeah.
to properly make the carousel great,
yes. Oh God, what's your question?
is it just too much to ask for the person to like and maybe comment on the post that you spent 2 hours working on for their
The
birthday?
birthday person?
Yes.
No, they should
Would you feel weird if they didn't like or comment?
100%. I would feel so uncomfortable. They should like it, comment, and then repost it as a story.
Thank you.
Yeah. They don't need to repost the whole
Okay.
thing, but a story.
Okay, so I'm not crazy.
No.
And you would feel like I literally
Yeah. No,
did
I
it,
think that
and I
would
was
be
like, this is gonna be so great. This person's gonna feel so seen and,
and
like
loved. And,
loved.
Yeah. So
and,
that'd be
like-
weird. Why? Who did it?
And I've gone back
Are you going to tell me
since
who?
I posted it.
You've gone back
Yes,
what?
I'm gonna call the person out because it's a friend of ours. So I've checked it
I'm very uncomfortable
because I'm
right
very busy, but I have time for petty stuff, right? And I've checked it, and they still have not liked or commented since the birthday, and it's been months.
now. Okay, but
Okay, at least 2 months.
but
All right, maybe 1 month.
I'm very scared. I don't know what you're going to talk about. But do you believe that they haven't seen it?
I am hoping that they never saw it.
Because on a
if they
birthday-
did see it, because they were bombarded with a bunch of posts, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
because you know it's your birthday. My text messages and I sometimes like I don't respond right away and then I'll like lie in bed for like and just do
Mhm.
it and it's like it's so lovely. But like if you miss it the first time, the
The
algorithm
person could have
doesn't
missed
know.
it. She's a busy person. She could have missed it. However, I did take the time to check
Yeah,
other
but-
people's posts that I knew would probably post for this person
And she liked them all,
and comment.
every single one.
Well, I only knew like a couple people.
Okay, who is it? What?
Well, this is the part where I have to call out our good friend Sutton Strake. Sutton, if you don't go to my Instagram page and like and comment on your birthday post that it took me 2 hours to curate, okay? Because I was like, oh my God, I picked out the best photos of not just me in the picture, but you as well. So I'm going to need you to take your happy ass over to my Instagram page, okay? And at least like, and just, you don't have to say anything, just put a heart.
Okay.
Just acknowledge me.
How would
because
you
I love you and I just wanted to give you your flower.
How would you feel
My feelings were hurt.
if she, knowing that she didn't see it and that you've been harboring this intense negativity over this post?
Okay. I apologize in advance. If you did not see the post, I know you are a busy, very popular woman, and I'm sure you had tons of birthday posts. And somehow, if mine was overlooked, I apologize to you in advance for putting it on Front Street.
Okay. So you've called her out. And
But it's off my chest now. This is like I got a lot of stuff off my chest today.
And
I'm very sensitive today.
You're very sensitive.
Nobody wanted to go to Egypt with me. People are not liking my birthday post. Like, what the hell?
Oh, just be like me. Just be ice queen and not care. Like, fuck everybody. No, I'm kidding. I'm very sensitive. So I would feel that way too.
Feelings. I'm like,
I would feel that way too. I don't like being left out. I don't have bad FOMO anymore, but I feel like if I give you, I want you to give me the same. Yeah. So I understand.
Reciprocity.
Yes. But I will say this, and I'm not saying this to like brag. Okay. I did a post and she texted me and said, but what a lovely okay, hold on. But
this shit.
No, but I'm saying is why I'm already saying I don't think she saw it. I'm telling you, no one would not comment and love a birthday post. No one would be like, oh, fuck her to happy birthday
There should
to
give
me.
me a 10-page,
10
10-slide carousel.
No one would do that.
On her.
No one. I'll tell you why. Because even if she deeply, secretly hated or whatever, she still wants the attention. Anybody would, not her.
Right.
Like anybody would.
Right.
I'd be like, oh, whatever. And like, I'm just going to post it because everyone's loving me right now. Like, I don't think she saw it.
Okay. All right.
Well,
we're about to find out.
I don't think she saw it. Yeah.
Because it's going to be in this podcast.
Yeah,
We're going to get to the bottom of it.
That's right. She's going to be tagged throughout this. I don't
and then
think so.
she should come on this podcast, Sutton, and apologize in person for somehow overlooking or whatever happened with this birthday post.
For not seeing your post.
So what annoys you? What is like an Instagram thing that annoys you? Like,
I would say you can track people who are not supportive. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
And I just want to say, you could post this straw and I would heart it. Like, as soon as I see any of my friends' names or who I think is my friend, I just like it. And if it's like a child involved, a kid or whatever, then I comment. Yeah. Like you just won like an award. Like I really believe in supporting my friends on social media. Yes. I go in, like you could be saying something horrible. I don't even read the caption. I just like it because you posted it.
You're supporting. Yeah. I will say this. I scroll a lot and I love a lot of things and I forward things and I don't like them. And it's not intentional. It's like random people that I don't know. And I really I've started to try to do that because people used to say like, oh, it's who cares? Social media doesn't matter, but it does. It's like people see it. But someone I work with, Erica, she helps me with brands and stuff like that, brand deals. She said, I like everything that I look at. If I see a recipe, I like it. If I laughed at it, I liked it. She's like, it is karma. I put it out there. You don't need to like anything of mine, but I'm putting it out there because I got to have a moment of enjoyment from your, like you entertained me for a second. And she's like, I believe in karma. Like you should support content creators, support anyone that puts something out there, your kids, anything. Yes. I'm posting because I need to sell this freaking straw, like whatever. Yes. So like, I've really tried to work that, but I notice, and we all notice the people that don't like and don't
what
support you.
What does it cost you to like a photo? Like it's
they're
free.
Jealous. They're haters.
It's free. You just take your finger and you point on the heart and you just like it and move on with your life.
Hateration, girl.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's hate. And then it's so annoying because you see them liking other people's. You're like,
and that's what hurts. It's like, okay, you don't like any of mine, but then I go and I see your name on everyone else's.
But the birthday one is different. I don't think someone would ignore a birthday post. I don't. I genuinely think that.
Okay.
You're intense right now. But
it's been a day.
But I really despise people that don't support. I hate it. I think it's disgusting.
I would agree. I agree.
I have to defend myself in this moment right now. Because I'm sure there's people out there who are like, you never like mine. I mute people. And I do that.
Oh, that's my favorite button.
Yes.
It takes a lot for me to block you. If I block you, you have offended me to the core.
Yeah. Blocking
if I actually block you.
If I'm following you and I'm muting you, it's because it's my own personal, like, I have to protect myself.
Yeah, your mental wellness. You don't even want to see their life.
Yes,
just
it's really
go away.
For whatever reason.
But you don't deserve a block.
No.
I just don't want to see you.
Yeah. Like they don't deserve the block.
Yes.
It's actually me dealing with my own emotions.
Exactly.
But then their experience is I never like their page.
Right.
Because I don't see it.
Right.
So I also think that's a thing.
Right.
Like, you know, but I have muted people that I have consistently supported who consistently do not support me. And I'm like, I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to follow you because like that's hateful and I don't want to do that. I don't want my bad karma, but I don't need to support you if you're not, you know, and I'm not going to like anything. And they're probably going to see it one day and fine.
Why are people so stingy with commenting? Okay, like let's go from the like. Okay, like obviously, like I just think a like is easy, but like God forbid you like and actually comment is like,
well, it's a little bit of work. Just depends.
It takes 1 second. Like you don't have to say anything.
But hold
like,
on.
I love the
but
heart.
If you're following
I like the emoji with the heart eyes.
thousands-
I like fire flames. I like anything that's like a positive response to what I'm doing.
Fire flames.
Yeah, like 3 in a row. That means like I'm lit. Like you, like
but if you're
feel
following thousands of people and you're
they don't have time to like it to comment.
You don't have time.
Okay, but they have time to like because that's just like boom. Like you're literally like don't.
Liking is easy.
Okay.
It's just it's easier. Commenting, I think, is like a next step.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say it because I
don't.
don't really
do you
care.
ever use the restrict button?
Yes.
I love that button as well.
Yes. I don't know if it works as well as I want it to work because I feel like it's just essentially I want to block, but I
Okay,
don't.
so what does it mean actually? Because I thought that it meant that only I
can see
and
the
the person that I'm restricting can see the comment.
That's right.
But then I had my boyfriend check because I restricted someone.
Yeah.
And I was like, can you look at your Instagram and see if you can still see this nasty comment?
And he
can still see it.
Oh,
so,
see, I thought it was totally designed exactly how you described it. So
that's what I thought as well. But
Oh.
you could still see it. So now I'm like, I'm feeling some kind of way about the whole restriction
Well, I guess that's
thing.
probably why my gut feeling about it was like, it's not doing everything I want it to do, which is
right.
like, and I don't want to delete. I don't like deleting comments ever. So like you can.
Sometimes you just have to though.
Yeah.
Because you just don't want it to live in your universe.
Yes.
Like I don't like any negativity on my page.
Okay. We have homework. We have homework.
Oh shit. Okay.
I want you to go home and see the worst comments that have been sent to you. Because there are some.
Oh, that's not even homework. I can tell you a few of them now.
There are some hateful comments out there. Like, wow. I mean, I've seen it to me as in other people. I'm like, how do these people come up with these things?
They're
I mean,
awful.
my goodness, like it's cruel.
It's bad.
But you gotta like laugh at it.
It's bad. So I was looking on our comments when we introduced the podcast. You know, I have to say, you know, shout out to everyone who has been, you know, loving and supportive of Humble Brag. We got a lot of love. And I kind of go into every situation like the girl who's having a party and no one shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's how I went into this.
Okay.
I was like, this is great, but is anyone going to watch it?
Yeah.
But I will say that for the most part, it was like, oh my God, I love Crystal. Da, 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 da. And it was like, oh my God, I love Cynthia. Da, da, da. So then like there was one, and I'm really like, you know, I'm very in my sensitive era right now. So it was one that was kind of like 50-50. It was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I love this for Crystal, but why is Cynthia on? So then I was like, well, do I delete it? Because they gave you your flowers. They just dragged my ass.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, so it was like 50-50. So I was like, you know what? I can let that live.
You gotta
because
live it. You gotta leave it.
They have to totally come for me for me to like block it or feel some
That's right. But don't you get that when we're on Jeff Lewis?
Yes.
Like when you have a partner there, like, why this person but not like,
Oh
and
my
then they
God.
hate you. I hate Crystal, but I love da-da-da. Like
Always.
Yeah, and you want to like not delete it, but you also don't want to block like it. Like you can't.
Well, they usually do it as a collab on Jeff's shows, so I can't even delete it. So I have to just let it live on their Instagram. And a lot of times, and I have a lot of fans from Jeff's show.
Yeah.
Because I do it all the time. And, you know, it's just fun. And I just say all kind of crazy, ridiculous shit on there. But so many times I go and read. And for me, it's like, this is my rule. I only read like as soon as it goes up or when I have time, I give it like 15 minutes. And anything happens after that, I already see what the tone's going to be.
Okay.
Like they hate me or they love me or whatever it is. And I do that when I post. When I post, I watch it for 15 minutes just to see what's going to happen or even if anyone's interested because it's so tricky on Instagram now. Like I will literally post a picture of myself naked and get like 2 likes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, then I can post a picture of again this straw and get like, you know, 3 million likes. So I can never call it. So I'm like, okay, what is everybody in Instagram world feeling today? And on Jeff's page, it would be like, oh God, why is Cynthia on there again? Like we hate her. Like what? But I get a lot more positive than negative. But you know, Instagram world, we only look at those negative comments.
I know. It's like you can't even see the positive.
Oh, they could lift me up in a blaze of glory for days. And I would be like.
With fire emojis?
With fire emojis all just surrounding me. Okay. And then I would see that one comment like, why is Cynthia Bailey even on this earth?
I know.
Yeah, we're sensitive too. TV people are sensitive. Okay.
It's crazy.
Be nice to us because
and
I try to give.
Like, you signed up for it, but you know what? Like someone said to me, your haters are your fans too. And it's okay.
Your haters are your
And
biggest motivators.
We send them grace. We send them love because if they can go on and hate that way, they must be going through something.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
and we don't know. We don't really know. Like, Instagram feels like it's personal, but it's really not. We technically don't really know the people that hate on us the most.
That's right.
It still hurts people. But anyway, I don't know. How should we leave this? I feel like can we leave like some kind of positive message? I'm a big quote person. I don't know if you picked that up on my Instagram.
Oh,
I have.
I have.
And I love to do a carousel with a quote at the end.
Oh, I see your quotes. I see your quotes. I'm not judging. I just see them. Okay, this is where we're going to end.
Let's leave it on a high positive note because I felt like I really unpacked a lot and like I kind of brought a little bit of negativity today. Just a little bit. I'm not a negative person.
It was just a lot of deep, intense feelings.
I had to unpack some shit.
It's okay. It's good.
It just had to happen.
Get rid of it.
And I feel lighter.
Get rid of it.
And
that's good.
Yeah.
And actually, that's what I hope for our friends who listen to us. Like, feel lighter. And I think that let's pay it forward.
Yes.
My wish, we're going to do this.
Okay.
And I hope that everyone listening does this.
Yes.
Is put a positive comment on someone's wall today.
I'm obsessed with that.
Okay. Doesn't matter who it is. Just do it because you will get your joy back tenfold.
I love that. And I live by those words.
Yeah.
So
but don't Google it. Make up your own.
Don't come up with a quote from Google. Okay. All right. Well, I received that, Crystal, even though I feel like it was low-key shady toward me because I'm the queen of Googling quotes and put it on my Instagram carousel post.
And I'm the queen of low-key.
Which I was told by Instagram, my carousels do great. So that's why I agonize and give you guys at least 10 photos per post. But with that said, I received that. And I'm going to leave you guys with my wish is that Crystal gives us more stories about her insane life on the next episode of Humble Brag because this woman got shit going on. Okay. This is not the lady you guys saw on Beverly Hills. Okay. And I'm in it now. So she will never get rid of me. I'm going to China.
Me
where am I going with you? Where are you taking me to? I'm going on trips. Like
we're going to China.
Yeah, we're going to go to China.
Yeah.
So we got a lot going on. But anyway, but on a positive note, I would just like to leave it. Be great. Be happy. Find your peace. I don't know. Love. Live in a space of love.
Yes.
I think I should stop talking. Yeah.
Keep
what
drinking.
Crystal said.
Keep drinking. Okay. We have to get her out of here.
Yeah, you have your party.
And I
think it's almost 5. And your guest can't be late. So oh my God, it's 5:02.
Oh yeah.
So you know what that means.
Oh,
and
we gotta go.
Your window is closing really quickly.
That's okay.
Okay. All right. We love you guys.
Bye. If you loved hearing us talk,
we'll be here every Monday, everywhere you listen to your podcast.